have that one aunt that gets drunk at every family function?
That's me.
That's me. But at our age, you don't know if we're drunk or just wearing our Invisalign. You don't know if we had a couple glasses of wine or we just forgot to wear our retainer. If you guys have come from a day of relaxing boating, you were probably a guest on someone else's boat. It's really not the boating part that's stressful, it's the stopping, it's the docking. My husband turns into a Navy SEAL when we're docking. I'm gonna go into the wood, grab the starboard line, the bow, get the bumpers, go now, now! You grew up on a pond. There's more yelling than outside the courtroom at the Karen Reed trial. I have 2 busted rear taillights and my husband is still alive. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I've been married for 20 years. Feels like 5 minutes underwater. 38 must be like hell. I married a carbon copy of myself. We're both Irish Catholic, both from New England. According to 23andMe, we're related. He's a trial lawyer, so I haven't won an argument in 20 years. And apparently I owe him money. I tried to switch the side of the bed I sleep on, and he sued me. He snores. My friend suggested using a weighted blanket. She didn't tell me not to put it over his face. He is always late. We're running through airports, almost missed the birth of a child, always makes that 8:07 tea time. What I don't understand is why they let the guys cut the umbilical cord. It's like you, the one with no medical training, the one who fainted before. Come make a belly button. And not an Audi. Not that there's anything wrong with Audis. I did finally line up all my kids to tell them who my favorite was and why. But I forgot one. It's not my fault, he's really quiet. If you've met my children, you can tell where I got tired parenting. Now when I go to school functions, people are like, "Oh, are you so-and-so's mom?" And I have to be like, "Why? Why asking?" My teenage daughters have horrible attitudes and wear shirts that look like ace bandages. My daughter raised her hand in class and got suspended for flashing the teacher. Now they're older though, they're going to college. I actually do interviews for college candidates and they're insane now. It's like, "Oh, you fly the medical helicopter for Children's Hospital for your volunteer hours. Nice. Oh, tell me about this unmapped planet you discovered. Oh, your internship at NASA. Oh, my daughter? She's a camp counselor." They're getting older, I'm getting older. Now that I'm 50, I wish everything had closed captions. Conversations, musicals, my husband yelling at me docking. You know, when you're 50, they say, you gotta go to the gym, gotta start lifting weights. I went to the gym. I hurt myself. That's what happens at this age. You go to the gym, you hurt yourself. Never hurt myself at the chart room. The good news about 50 is the odds of me being sex trafficked have plummeted. The bad news is I've aged out of being calling miss. I get called ma'am in the weirdest places. The top of Water Whiz. Your turn, ma'am. At bars, put the tambourine back, ma'am. Even my watch, time to stand, ma'am. Sometimes I think like it's time to get a full-time job, and then I turn into a millennial. I'm like, is that like every day? In an office? Do you have to wear shoes? What about summer? These millennials are traveling for bachelorettes and bachelor parties. Have you ever noticed the difference between guys and girls traveling? When a guy goes away, he's like, you know I'm gone all next week for that golf thing, right? And the women are like, okay, here's your spreadsheet. I called your mom. She's staying with the kids. I promised her another baby. I'll be at the vineyard for the day. They constantly know where I am. I could never have an affair because I'm on Life 360. And I don't belong to CrossFit. Oh, and I love my husband. But I actually have a collar that tracks my dog. I love my dog so much, my breeder thinks I'm weird. I have a golden retriever. Everyone has these fancy doodles now. You know, the ones whose fur feels like pubic hair. And they have names like Buttons and Snow White. All I know is my beautiful golden would never mate with a poodle unless she was drunk or roofied. I did figure out over 4th of July you can share medicine with your dog, which is awesome. Little Valium for you, little Valium for me. I did call the vet to make sure it was non-habit forming for people. Okay, hang on, I'm 50, I forget things. Oh, my dog's getting old, my dad's old. I have an 87-year-old dad who has a girlfriend. Don't worry, my mom's dead. He's from Worcester, Massachusetts. So when people ask how they met, he says, Tinder! Grindr! No. She's been widowed twice before, though, so it's a little awkward when we go to her house for dinner because he makes me taste his food for him. And he says awkward things like, hey, Jane, tell my gal to give me a fork. They look great, though. They look great for their age. I know I have a lot of work to do. My Face ID doesn't work when I've showered. I have a gay brother who's very critical of the way I look, and we had an Irish grandmother, and he came out after she'd passed, but she'd always say, oh, that Christopher has such strong, handsome friends. I wonder when he'll settle down with a little lass. Oh, Grandma, it's more like, oh, Danny boy. I'm actually going back to Irish Catholic parenting. It's the don't ask, don't tell, don't care parenting. We don't care how you're feeling. We don't care if you feel gaslit or not in a safe space. Bunch of snowflakes. We didn't have therapists. We had rehab. It's hard being a parent, though. It's hard. I mean, have you ever noticed that when children throw up, they actually run towards you? And when I was growing up, my vomit bowl was also my Saturday night popcorn bowl. I decided to break the childhood trauma cycle, and I bought all my children Monogram vomit bowls for Christmas. I don't know, if I was a parent, I could pick one superhero tool that I could use. I would pick Wonder Woman's truth lasso because I could use it so many different ways. I could use it on my teenagers. I did steal your vodka and fill it with water. I could use it on my husband. Your ass does look big in those jeans. I could use it on my mother-in-law. I do think he's too good for you.